Hi guys, long time no catch up. Well, the last time that we had a catch up, it was my 18 to 22 week pregnancy update, and I'm now 32 weeks, so I've got 10 weeks to fill you in on. I did think about sort of oh, by the way, I'm not naked, just in case you thought I was like sitting there half in the nude. I did think about doing like separate videos just so it wasn't going to be too long, but then I thought, well, it's quite hard maybe necessarily to narrow it down, and then I didn't want to like space them out and then someone would be like, wait, look, like how far pregnant are you? Like, I thought I would just catch up all in the one video. Got my notes where I've sort of kept in my diary. Oh my god, I just have to, this diary that I got in the beginning of August by Bando, and they're busy. But each month has got you know, like a whole, like a full month spread, and it's been so handy because I've just been writing like what week like pregnancy wise that I am, and then I can see like all my midwife appointments, and as you can see, like anything like hospital related, you know, I've like circled in purple, and it makes it so much easier to know like when I'm going to my GP and when I'm going to my midwife, and like I can see it at a glance. And then obviously like throughout the rest of the month, you've still got, oh, everything's falling out, you've still got like your there's like a page for notes, which is great. That's next month, don't want to see that. Well, that's this month, but like each page is there, each one has then got like a full week to view, so you can go back and do like proper notes. It's such like I've got a review going on my blog for this, but I cannot recommend it enough. It's like helped me be so organized. Well, obviously not with doing YouTube videos, but it's helped me be really organized just when I've got appointments and work and trying to keep a social life, and, you know, having people over if we're entertaining and stuff like that. So yeah, oh my god, like plug, this is such a staple for me, like with my pregnancy brain, just to quickly mention that. Anyway, so yeah, I've got all my notes, so I'm just going to refer back to this. So the last time we were speaking was like my week 22, and like I said, I'm now week 32. I'd probably say literally just after my last video, well, it was beginning of July, we moved. We now live in a 2-bedroom flat, which we just absolutely adore. Perfect now, obviously, because we can get a nursery room ready for little Bambino, which is really nice. I am going to do a gender reveal in the next video, just for anyone, because I know people are still commenting saying like, oh, let us know how you're getting on, like we want to know the sex, and I'm just like, oh, it's already all on my social media, but this is the only social media channel I haven't updated, so I'm going to do a separate little video for that and try not to drop it in here, which is going to be really hard because I'm so used to now like saying if it's a he or a she, or like saying his or her name. See, yeah, okay, I think I can do this. So we have moved into this 2-bedroom flat, which is absolutely just beautiful. Let me know if you want to see like a flat tour. Like I've never done one before, but I don't know, maybe you guys want to see where I'm living. And I know once we finish on the nursery, we'll do like a nursery tour so you guys can see the baby's room. And I suppose probably from like maybe week 23 to 26, that's kind of been like the hard slog for me. Obviously where we moved, it was so stressful, going backwards and forwards. Like that's a whole video on its own, like trying to move house when you're pregnant, because, you know, like your body's not your own, your mind's not your own, and you know there's so much paperwork and so much red tape and jumping through hoops, and you've got to speak to someone and speak to someone else. And oh, I tell you what, like my work have just been absolutely amazing. Like I don't think I would have been able to get through, you know, this whole pregnancy actually, had they not been as supportive as they have been. So in terms of symptoms, I guess like how I've been, for me, I've been very swollen. My legs, my ankles, my feet, even like my wrists and my hands, like I've been a very swollen bunny, and it's made walking around very hard. Probably about like week 24, I got diagnosed with SPD, which is girdle pain. Basically, which is like very ironic, where the like vagina muscle is, like the body releases this chemical called relaxin, which is just hilarious to me because it's so painful, like you're not relaxing. Like although the body's smart, like it still goes to that muscle and it causes this pain, and some people sort of have it like further forward, some people sort of have it like further back by the bum, and I think even by the back as well. Like it can be quite painful, to the point where, you know, they recommend like you shouldn't really lift anything more than like a cup of coffee. Some people need crutches. Like it can be really painful. Like they don't recommend doing a lot of walking, you know, lots of like resting and stuff like that. No legs akimbo during sexy time, like none of that. And I was finding that quite hard because of course I was still commuting into London like for work, and obviously going upstairs, stairs are a killer. So I was finding that quite hard, and thankfully my work have let me work from home, so I haven't had to sort of put my body through that because and I suppose there's a bit of a disclaimer, like I'm being very frank and very real with you, as if we're friends gossiping over coffee or something and telling you how things are, but I'm still very thankful for, you know, the experience of being pregnant. Like if you know me or have followed any of my other social media channels, you know James and I have been trying for a really long time. Like I've worked really hard for this, and it's just sod's law that it wasn't going to be an easy pregnancy. So when I'm speaking quite frank, I'm not sugarcoating anything, I'm just being very real with how it felt and how the pain was. And I don't want you to think I'm complaining, because obviously there are some people that can't get pregnant, or that, like me, you know, would try very hard. But yeah, just want to add that in there because I don't want people to think I'm not, you know, very, you know, I think the stars that, you know, that we're pregnant and stuff, you know, and I can't wait to make it. Can't wait to meet our baby. But it's not been easy. So along with like worrying about swelling and traveling into work and the SPD pain, obviously I've got quite bad circulation in my legs as well, so that hasn't helped. But basically movement in general has been quite hard, and it's someone who's quite active like myself, you know, I like to keep myself busy and, you know, pottering around the house. It's been really hard having to take a step back, but it's really important to remember that, you know, carrying a baby, you know, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, bless me, thanks. It's really important to remember that, you know, you're bringing a life into this world. You know, like I'm making a friggin' foot right now. Well, obviously I've made it, but you know, it's and it's so easy to kind of get caught up in like what you should be doing, or oh, you know, I feel really guilty because my other half's doing all the cleaning. Don't feel guilty. You know, you're growing a life. You need to slow down. And I'm sure if my other half watched this, he'd be like, oh yeah, giving that kind of advice, are we? Just because I haven't. And I think I've definitely paid for it. But it's, you know, your body will tell you when you can't do anymore, and it's really important to listen. And I think I'm just starting to learn its language in regards to pregnancy, because I just can't do anything anymore. So then it kind of moved on to like my, I guess my week 27, week 28. I had my, I can never say this, my GTT, gestational diabetes, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Good, thanks. I had my GTT test and that came through fine. I had the still orange drink. I passed out like in the second hour after you drew blood, but apparently that's quite normal. Like one girl chundered everywhere and then someone else passed out, so I was like, oh, it's okay, it's a normal thing. They didn't seem to like bat an eyelid really. So also had my whooping cough jab, that was fine. Next day was a little bit sore, but still fine compared to everything else. I'm like, oh, it's all gizzle. And with that, I had a bit of a scare. I had a bit of reduced movement and I was getting quite a lot of dizziness and like nausea. and it was probably lasting maybe an hour or so, and then it would kind of go away, and I sort of had that every day for maybe like a week and a half. So then finally, I think like on, you know, the last day, I was literally sitting down at my desk working from home, and suddenly like my head just kind of span, and like my vision just kind of went, and I had to almost like, you know, like steady myself. And I'm like, I'm sitting down, for God's sake, like what's wrong with me? Called emergency 111, and they like asked all the questions that they ask, and I know they're like, oh, some never seem relevant, but I suppose they all mean something. And when she asked about movement, like I hadn't felt baby move all day really, so I made a note of that. And I think that, coupled with the dizziness and nauseousness, you know, they were like, you should really go, you know, go to A&E. Their words, A&E. Went to A&E. Well, of course I was there for hours. Should have just gone to the midwife clinic. That's another top tip. When you're X amount of weeks due, you don't fuck around with A&E anymore. You just go straight to like the midwifery department at your local. So it's definitely worth making sure you know when, you know, like when you hit, I think it's like 23 weeks or more. You know, like don't even bother going to A&E. Like they don't know how to look after you in A&E because you're pregnant. Like you haven't got like a severed limb, your arm's not broken, but you're still in emergency because you're pregnant. But they can't. But yeah, we did loads of tests, and they found out that I was like severely anemic, and that I was like really dehydrated. So I'm on like some medication for like my iron, just to keep that up, and just have to drink lots and lots more water. So since then I've been feeling a lot better. Certainly haven't been feeling dizzy or nauseous anymore, so that was really good. I was really glad because I'm really glad I went in to the hospital, even though we were there like all night from about 5 till like 1 in the morning. Yeah, we were there waiting a long time. It was really important that you know, I went there. I didn't feel right. I felt something was wrong. You know, baby wasn't moving as much, and it's really important that, you know, you go with your instinct and don't think that like you're wasting anyone's time. You know, if you think something's wrong, go check it out. You know, your midwife would rather see you 10 times for something that's nothing, rather than miss you for that one time where it's something. So yeah, everything was fine. Bambino is fine. And then that kind of brings us now to like my 30 to 32 weeks. I had my battery's running low. I had my anaesthetics appointment, which went quite well. They sort of were recommending, obviously because of my size, and like, you know, my health conditions and stuff like that, about having like an epidural once I'm like 2 to 3 centimeters dilated. And they gave me loads and loads of information, which has been really helpful, in regards to like writing a birth plan, which will also be another video that I plan on doing. How to write a birth plan and what is a birth plan, because there aren't very many videos on YouTube. But yeah, that's, in a nutshell, that's about it. Sorry about that, just had to quickly change the battery. So I'm gonna leave the blog post that I've done to go with this video in the links down below, just because I've gone into a bit of detail in regards to, I guess, like foods I was craving, and maybe like how I was feeling a little bit more, and I suppose like a bit more in depth. And I've also got pictures of my bump up to now, or a couple of updates anyway, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop with how my bump progress is going. I know obviously some people that followed me because I was doing Slimming World, so there might be quite a lot of you that are plus size. I'm certainly, I guess, advertising myself as a plus size pregnant mum. So if anyone's watching and they want to see how like my bump looks and how it's been looking and my progress for a woman of my size, definitely have a look at the blog post below. And like I said, yeah, some videos that are up and coming. Obviously going to do a gender reveal video for you. Also want to do like a freebie haul video, where I've got some pregnancy freebie bits as well, and like link where I got them from for you guys. Also want to do like a baby clothing haul of all the stuff that we've got right now. Just checking my list actually. Anything else that I want to do? no, I think that's it for the time being. If there are any other videos you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments down below. And once again, I can only apologise that I guess I haven't really been here keeping you guys up to date as much as I would have liked to, because it's just been really hectic, and with work and, you know, being in so much pain. Like, the last thing I wanted to do was then record a video and be all like, wah. You know, now that I'm in a bit of a better place, I'm glad I can now go back and talk about it. But I do want to sort of get back to doing like every 2 weekly videos, just to keep you in the loop now towards the end. But yeah, if you aren't following me, please do follow me on my Instagram, on my Twitter. I'll leave, like, even on like my Facebook page, because if I'm not updating here, I'm updating there, so you can still keep up to date with me. I'll leave all the links down below, and yeah, let me know how you've been getting on, if you're pregnant as well, like where are you in your pregnancy. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you on my next one. Bye guys.